Hey guys, so today we'll begin our new chapter, chapter number 4. Before I get into chapter 4, let's talk a little bit about what we have learned before. Right, we have studied about light. So light is a form of energy that we need every day to survive, right? Without the sun, life cannot exist. Without my lights in the room, I can't see anything. So light is a very important form of energy for life. Without sunlight, there is no plants. For plants, there is no us. So this light is interesting in some ways, right? It can help us see, and sometimes we can see it too. And the way light behaves is what we are going to be looking at mostly, alright, in this chapter. We've already finished a chapter called Reflection of Light, right? If you remember, so reflection is quite simple. Right? Say we have a source of light. Say this laser, right? So if you ever try to observe light, you'll see that it always moves in a straight path, in a straight line, right? We'll try to kind of just sketch this on this screen here, right? You see this little stretched bit of light looks like a straight line, right? And if I move it up and down, you'll see that this is pretty much straight, right? So light always moves in a straight path, except when it meets another object, some object, right? For example, let's talk about what happens when it hits a mirror, or if it hits any object, say a wall. For us to see, light has to fall on the wall and then into our eyes, right? This is something we'll have learned before. Now, it's interesting when light falls on mirrors for one reason, and that is because it bounces in a very perfect manner if it falls on a mirror. For example, right now you see I'm pointing it on the mirror, but it's falling exactly on the board, right? That will not happen with anything else, anything that's not a mirror or not shiny. If I hit it on the wall, it just stays there, right? It's not moving anywhere, it's just staying on the wall, it's not bouncing as such. But with a mirror, the bounce happens, right? It's there on the mirror. If you look at the mirror carefully, that red dot you can see, but it's also there over there, right? So this is called reflection. Whenever an object hits a smooth surface, it bounces back in a different direction. So that is reflection, and we know what is the law of reflection also. But sometimes what happens with light is it hits an object that will not reflect it in any manner. It will allow light to go through it. Right? We know that there is something called transparent objects or opaque objects. Opaque is like the wall, right? You cannot see through the wall, light cannot go through a wall, or it can't go through a mirror also. But what happens if light does go through something else, right? A different object altogether. Normally light moves through air, right? We say air is the medium for light movement. But air is not the only thing light can move through. It can move through anything that is transparent. For example, glass, right? Transparent glass, water. All of these will allow light to get through them, right? Which is what makes them transparent. So today we are going to see what happens when light moves through something that is generally transparent other than air. right? So to help me with this, what I will have a small activity with the tumbler. Okay, say that here with me I got a glass beaker, right, or a tumbler. It's made of glass and it is filled with water. Now we know light can pass through water because I can see through the water, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure if you see that, be able to see my hand, right? So whenever light passes through something that is not air, it will behave a little differently. To demonstrate that an activity, I have this pen here with me and I have this beaker here, right? I want you to watch closely how the pen looks above the water and below the water. Okay, so here is the pen going into the water, and does the pen look the same above and below? Look at me. It doesn't, right? It looks very different in the water, above the water, right? Other than a pen, you can use any object, it will work for anything. So if not this pen, you can simply do it with your finger. Like look at my finger. It looks very different above the water, below the water. Right? I have noticed this, observed this in general. But why does this happen? Why does my finger look bigger or look a little bent in water? This phenomena is what we call as refraction. Okay, so refraction is nothing but whenever light goes through another transparent medium other than air. Right now it is water, right? So when light changes its medium being through what it is going, then the light tends to bend or slow down a little. Okay, it changes its direction and it will slow down a little bit. That is why we are able to see a little differently. Example, me, fingers in water, the pen in water looking bent. There are many ways you can see refraction in daily life, right? So in this chapter we are going to be studying this property of light that is called refraction. And to revisit it again, refraction is nothing but the bending or slowing down of light whenever it passes from one medium to another medium. Okay, keep in mind, medium simply means the state of matter it's going to. Right, air is the general medium. Other than air, it can be water, it can be glass also. All right. So that's it for today. We just wanted to introduce you to the topic of refraction. Going forward, we're going to be doing some activities or some sums. We'll look at how this topic is on the whole and try to understand it to the best of our knowledge. Okay, alright, that's it for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.